Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. This is going to be a quick little video on my return settings for my Amazon FBA. It stemmed from a question from a viewer that asked about they want all of their returns to be marked as unsellable so that they can then have them returned to their house and inspect them themselves. This is not a bad idea. If you sell certain inventory that you're not comfortable with Amazon making that decision, whether it's been used or if it's still brand new, then that might be something you want to do. Now, I'm okay with Amazon looking at things and saying it's okay to resell this, but there are certain inventory configurations that might come in handy. Either way, how do we do it? So I went into good old Google, and this was probably the best reference that I found that outlined how to do it. I wanted to make sure that I gave them credit for the answer here, and I'm going to show you screenshots of my settings and whatnot. I will put this link down below so you can go ahead and click on this if you want to see what they're saying, and I will also put this link down there too. This is where to go to your settings in your Amazon account, so you'll have to be signed into your seller account on the computer here. Here is the instructions, and when I tried to follow these instructions, repackaging was no longer a setting, it was like refurbishment. So we'll see that in just a minute. But that happens. Amazon is always updating kind of their dashboards and links, and sometimes it's a good update, sometimes it's not. Sometimes when you are looking at things like this that was published back in 2018 and it's now 2022, I'm sorry, it's 2021. I'm a year ahead of myself, but it's a couple years after that they have posted it. There might be some updates, so you're going to have to work through that on these types of things. I've seen that happen a couple of times where Amazon will update the wording, the verbiage, the links, whatever. So that's why I like to put the date in all of my videos here, because things could be outdated. All right. This is a screenshot of when you click on that link right up here. This is where you're going to go, FBA settings, and you can do a whole bunch of different settings here. The one we want to look at is refurbishment. There is no, what did he call it here? There is no repackaging settings on this page, but the best I could come up with is it's now all under refurbishment. They're adding in a whole bunch of stuff. I noticed they are now adding in liquidation this year. That was another one that Amazon is now doing. So I have tested that out with a couple of items, disposing them, sending the Amazon's new liquidation plan. We'll see how that goes. Test it out and see how it works. Just a couple of old books that had been sitting there, but we'll see if their liquidation plan nets me any money. All right, so if you click on refurbishment settings, right here, this refurbish unsellable customer returns, you can hit this learn more. That often will help you decide whether this is something for you or not. I'm automatically enrolled in this, that they're going to sell anything that's refurbished or unsellable automatically. And if you go back, if you click on this, it's going to explain what this entails. So I didn't add a screenshot there of what that is, but pretty much anything that gets returned, Amazon is going to decide whether it's new or refurbished, and then they're going to sell it either refurbished or as new. So if you don't want them to do that, you need to disable this service and not be part of this service. You can also click different categories. So for the viewer question that was asking specifically for apparel, they may want to unclick the apparel, and I would unclick the fashion too, just so that those items don't. But maybe they want, maybe they're fine with shoes or kitchen items, going back and having Amazon do that service, for those categories. Like pet products, I'd be okay with Amazon judging those. Apparel, I don't know. I've had it on. I haven't had any problems with it, but that's not to say that you never will. Here is the next thing we're going to do. We're going to go and select automated unfulfillable removal settings. And this is what mine looks like. And if we zoom in, If we click on that to go and look at the settings, this is the drop down menu. So you want to go and make sure that this is however you want it set up. This is mine. It's weekly. Every week they'll, just return items that are unfulfillable. So if somebody returns a piece of clothing and the tags aren't on it, that's deemed unsellable. They are going to go ahead and get this returned to me, and it will be pushed through on a weekly basis. Now, Amazon's really backed up right now, and that happens. So sometimes you will get those automated emails saying, you've got things that need removal. You need to do this. If not, then one will be created for you automatically at the end of 30 days, I think is what the email says. Something to that effect. I just ignore those. Those actually get filtered in my Gmail just to be filtered out because I already have the settings set up. So, you know what? It's your own fault that it's not removed because you're taking your sweet time with it, Amazon. Anyhow, this is what my settings are. You can change the address to whatever you want. So if you use a third-party liquidation center, you could just have it automatically sent to them. This is my address that I want it sent to, but it doesn't have to be where you live or your warehouse or whatever. You can have it sent wherever you want. So if you have a place you like to donate to or a liquidation center, you can have it set up basically whatever address. This is going to be the default. Now, if you want to sometimes have it done and sometimes not, there's no way to kind of add multiple addresses to this, which is kind of unfortunate because like all used clothing, I would want to come back to me, but used books, I'd be fine with those going to a liquidation center and not coming back to me. And as a default, but maybe Amazon will add that in the future. We'll see. I don't think they will. But you can also have just things disposed of if you don't want them sent back to you. So if I was just a bookseller and, damaged books or, hey, you don't have a whole lot of unsellable books returned to you. But if that were the case, maybe you just want to have everything disposed. I think the return fees they went up from 50 cents to 60 cents. I didn't click on that, but you can look at the removal fees there. It is by weight, size, and two different things if you want them returned or disposed. Dispose is way cheaper. It's 10 or 20 cents to dispose of it. Like I said, 50 cents or 60 cents to have it returned to you. Clothes are usually worth it to return. A lot of my clothes are in the, we'll say, $10 to $60 range. And so paying 50 cents, 60 cents to have them returned to me is worth it because then I can inspect them and I either sell them over on eBay or send them right back to Amazon if they are new. Sometimes Amazon thinks they've been used and they're not. They are in the same packaging that I sent them out in. I can see my bag was used, my labeling is there, that you could tell it's not been opened. That's it, folks. Thank you very much. This was just a quick video on those settings. If this helped you out at all, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It helps my channel out. Thank you. Take care.